Badger State Wrestling, brought to you by Wisconsin National Guard. I'm Kevin Black, filling in for Shane Sparks, along with Jake Filkins from Prescott High School and the University of Minnesota. We're at 113 pounds, and here Josh Farr and Phillip Opelt. Nice job by Farr. Great to takedown almost to his back. This is a rematch of last year's 103-pound final at the Northern Badger. Jake, fill us in on what happened last year.
Last year it was a 1-0 match with Opelt coming up on top. Farr was in on a couple shots, but Opelt has great defense. From coaching Farr over the past few years and just watching last year's match, Josh is very good on his feet, whereas Opelt, he's more of a technical wrestler. He doesn't score a lot of points, but he's very defensive on his feet, and it's very tough to score on. So seeing that shot right away from Josh Farr was, a great attack on his part. Opelt likes to use his Russian ties and use blow-bys to kind of slow down the match on his feet and then really take control on the mat, where he's a very tough rider and likes to score that way.
Yeah, and you can tell by his length and his leverage that he is a good mat wrestler. Farr, I think Farr did really well there on that takedown. Was he got Opelt off of his feet. We've watched these guys wrestle for many years against each other too, and sometimes even in the practice room. But Opelt is always in a position to score, even when guys are in on his legs, because he's so tall. He can reach over and into those little crotch lifts and re-attack. But Farr had to get him off of his feet. When you get a tall kid off of his feet, it's hard for him to score.
Yeah, I mean, length for scrambling has its advantages when you can just cling to yourself or cling to the other guy and just fight every last inch for that takedown. But I tell you what, that was a very nice explosion by Josh to get that takedown there.
So you mentioned Opelt was the Northern Badger champion last year at 103 pounds. He was also fourth at the state tournament, and this is his position right here.
Yeah.
He hooks the leg and the inside, and then he brings him right down. It's that slide by that you said from the beginning, but he'll hook that foot, and then he'll also get the head and arm, and he scores near fall from there. So that was a good job for him. He brought Farr up to his level, and that's where he hit the slide by. So Farr scored because he scored from the outside in the first period, and then he got tied up, and Opelt was able to get a slide by. So that's how Opelt wants to wrestle this match.
Right. 3-2 here with Opelt from Neilsville on top. I believe it was Green's choice, so Prescott deferred, and Opelt will now go down. This will be a crucial period for Farr from Prescott to see how long he can ride Opelt and try to take some of the gas out of his tank.
Yeah, and then this again, Opelt, you can watch him he's going to wrestle from all these different positions, and he'll hit some switches and maybe some step overs, and he can create some scoring opportunities from areas that really don't seem like there's any scoring opportunities. So it's important that Farr also stays patient on top.
Yeah, exactly. Not get too high like he's doing. And that's smart, just give away, kind of concede the point, or not risk getting, a crazy move from Opelt and getting put to your back or a reversal, because now he's in where he's comfortable on his feet here.
Yep, and they're staying outside. So there he went back into that tie, and you can see Josh puts his right hand on that collar, and that's what Opelt likes. He likes to pass that elbow or go to that slide by. So if he's going to be attacking, he's got to mind that right arm a little bit.
Right. And Josh is a little bit uncomfortable in that tie up there, just because Opelt is so long that he can just control Farr in the tie up there, where Josh, his first shot, succeeded from being at a little bit of a distance.
Yeah. So Opelt needs to close that gap, get to his ties. Farr needs to wrestle on the outside a little bit more. Maybe create some lateral motion side to side. That's where he hit that nice double right off the whistle, because he had some good sideways motion to create an angle, where Opelt likes to get inside on those ties to create that angle.
Right, and talking to Farr before this match, he didn't think he was going to go down when it was his choice. So it's very crucial for Josh to get a point here, or a takedown here, to try to tie up the match so he can go on his feet in the third period.
Yeah, the team score is also something interesting. With Neilsville has three wrestlers in the finals. They are behind Spring Valley by 3.5 points right now. So there's that slide by again. See the right hand, he was reaching. He's got the head and arm. Inside leg is hooked. Now he stepped off. But team score is important too. Taking first place here, you earn 4 more team points. So Neilsville trails by 3.5 points to Spring Valley, and they have 3 individuals in the finals. So each one of these is important for the team race as well.
Opelt did a fantastic job of kind of baiting Farr to reach with that right hand so he could blow it by and get his takedown there.
Yeah. Opelt's just really comfortable when he is in on those ties. He knows where he's at. He's got a good feel. So that's right. He can bait him in. 6-2. Farr needs to get on the outside here and get to the legs from the outside.
Yeah, both wrestlers. Prescott is kind of conceding to Opelt's style of wrestling here. We'll see if he can change that in the third period, wrestle more what he did in the first period there.
Yeah, there see when he steps over there too, that gives him that leg hook. We call that like the Okie choke in this part of the state. Farr last year was one of the top-ranked wrestlers in the state, going into regionals and was unable to compete at the regional tournament and was injured. He could have hit a little whip over there.
And there it is again. He just the second Farr attacks him, he just goes to that blow by. Nice little scramble here. Farr needs to get his hips up here. Farr needs to keep his head up, drive across. He's very good in this position, going from a high cross, cutting across to the double. But again, Opelt is so long; it's just so tough to score on him.
Yeah, you got to get him off of his feet. If you get down in that scramble position, Farr did a good job to get to the leg and get his head to a position where he could start coming up. But if Opelt can keep that down on the mat, he's in his favorable position to scramble.
And Farr's down here, and Opelt knows that Farr from Prescott needs to come after him, and he can just wait to just hit that nice subtle blow blind that he's been doing so well all match.
Yeah, baiting him in right here again. That collar tie, right hand collar tie goes right to that. So Farr is a senior, and he's been competitive every year. He's had some rough luck at the end of the season. He was a state qualifier as a sophomore. Opelt's a junior, and he was fourth last year. Good job to bring that leg up, but look how flexible Opelt is, and he's clingy.
Josh needs to elevate that leg here. Just wrestle on the edge.
Great scramble
Very
by
good wrestling.
Opelt. Now Opelt's coming up on top, hook the ankle.
25 seconds left, 6-2 still for Opelt of Neilsville. Farr needs to have a little bit of a fury here if he hopes to try to come back and tie this and force it into overtime.
So Riley Knops was our champion at 106 pounds, and Opelt at 113. Earlier this year, Knops and Opelt did wrestle. Knops was the winner, but Opelt looking good here today. Good takedown for Farr. Might be a little too much, too late though.
Right.
6-4.
Opelt was just so nice with that slide by and just used Farr's aggression against him, basically, and just slid him right by every single time.
He controlled the ties, and he's your Northern Badger champion.